एषा ते भिहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि.
O Partha, the Sankhya knowledge has been declared to you. Now hear the knowledge of yoga by which you can break the bondage of action. Sankhya Yoga is a sequence of logical thought, clear, precise thinking which he has presented up to now in this chapter. Now he says, Krishna understands that Arjuna is a man of action. So he offers what he calls as yoga. The knowledge of yoga means buddhi yoga. Buddhi yoga simply means karma yoga. It is action driven by buddhi. So let's take a look at our actions. When you go out and act and work, that action can spring from either just the body, where you perform mechanical routine activities. Most of our actions are mechanical. You know, if you're driving home from work and you're used to taking a particular route, if you're driving yourself, one day you have an appointment to meet someone or to meet the doctor, let's say, and you have to take a turn at a particular place. Invariably you'll find you go past that. Why? Because you're just driving mechanically. And that is true of all our activities. Whatever we do is mechanical, routine. That's why we are bored stiff. If the same activity that you're doing comes from a deep sense of emotional inspiration, you break free from the limitations of the body and come up with absolute stellar performance. This happened in the 99, we are at the World Cup, no? That's why we're talking about the 99 World Cup, which was played in England. Are there any cricket enthusiasts here? Something happened in Sachin, oh yeah, there's a hand that went up. In Sachin Tendulkar's life, what happened? He lost his father. And he had to come back to Mumbai, do what he had to do as a son, and almost immediately he chose to go back and rejoin his team. The first match he played was against Kenya. Score? 140 magnificent runs he scored. And he himself said that his father was the one who introduced him to cricket, and so he said, I dedicate this innings to my father. Now, see what's happened. He was physically tired, he was jet-lagged, emotionally grief-stricken, he was in no condition to play cricket. Yet, because he decided to dedicate this to his father, he came up with a brilliant performance, which not only he, but someone recently spoke about it in the field of cricket. The question is, do you have a powerful emotional inspiration to work? Is there, you don't have to wait for someone to die. Your emotions are playing. Do you love someone or some entity? If you love your fellow beings, that's enough motivation for you to just come up with brilliance. But if you don't have this inner motivation, what you'll do is what you're doing now. Full of mistakes, half things you forget. The other half of the time you say, oh, I didn't think of it. Why don't you think? Because you don't have this motivation. If you have a powerful intellectual conviction, like Mahatma Gandhi had, or so many of the independence workers had, which they say, Swaraj is my birthright and I will have it. They gave up, many of them gave up their lives, they gave up their families, they gave up so many, they sacrificed everything just to get independence. And what are we doing? Within 60 years of independence, we're giving it all up again. The most powerful motivator is the subtle intellect, your conscience, where you ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Am I living up to a higher ideal? And once this gets to you, once you follow your conscience, everything in the world will fall at your feet. Next verse.